Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. It is finally time to go over the PvP Blossom Tournament 1 usage data for the end season. So this takes into account all of the Season 1 monsters from the Blossom era. Let's see how the meta has changed, if anything, because Season 1, it was a kind of disappointment. I would say there's two monsters that stuck out to me. That's of course the Tails monster, Amania, and then also Neradia, but she was a paywall monster. So let's see if any of them were able to kind of pierce into the meta or not. Maybe Season 2 will be better. Right now, even Season 2 I'm not liking that much, but let's see. A huge shout out to Monster Legends Competitive Wiki for putting this together. Link in the description if you want to check out the blog for yourself. Alright, another end season, another usage data, and just like usual, some thoughts about the season that just passed. Overall, I must start off straight off the bat with this one. It was honestly a pretty bad season, which is a shame as older eras have started a lot stronger in comparison. Corrupted S1 had Master Rat, Pandakin, Ollie Fanatic, Colonel Pit, Boronot, some solid monsters. I would say though, the reason Season 1 Corrupted monsters ended up being phenomenal was specifically because at the same time UA was released with Pandakin, so every monster became usable. Master Rat especially became usable thanks to Unrelenting Assaults. You would get that light weakness and then attack, remove positive effects. It was crazy. We did have a Megaton monster. I'm surprised SP didn't give us a Megaton monster this time around. Maybe we'll get one later on in Season 2. We'll see. Season 1 Metro monster had Ryclops, Fruit Taster, Syntheris. Yeah, those were definitely a good batch of monsters. Doomsday Season 1 had Lord Inheritor. They started things off strong. Clash, Hydrorian, Plantamination could be decent. So with that in mind, it's a big shame that the Blossom Season 1 started so poorly. I like the Neradia, same here. But one, I couldn't get her because I don't want to spend that much at the moment. And two, despite her good aspects, IDK if we can see her really becoming meta. It's hard to say. But what I like about her is that she can cleanse negative effects from a teammate, maybe yourself, using the Blessing skill. You give yourself an immediate extra turn. You can remove positive effects from the enemy, and you can trade disable. So in these situations where you're facing Maramota's Teddy Bomb Uriel bases, you're able to, and you let Uriel go first, and he does his thing, which is normally the AoE possession. Then you're able to remove Status Caster Megaton from Maramota's, trade disable the Maramota's, and then you're able to attack Teddy Bomb or Uriel, whoever you want, if you don't have a Pierce monster. So I like that play about her. And then you can basically cycle that skill set every single turn, which is pretty cool. She also has that Team Cleansing skill and Torture Immunity, which is, or Torture Cleansing, I think? No. I think it's a removes negative effects and just a heal. Whatever it is, it's good, especially when we're dealing with 7 sins. Let's see. All her restricts already have really good options, and IDK if she can really stack up against her in PvP. I like Amania a lot, and she's probably the best of the season. I would 100% agree. I like Vark. I think he'll be pretty good bouncing attacker for the future, and I like his potential in Dragon Wars. I don't think he's going to be used in the future. I think people that buy Nishan the Great, they're going to be using him because you get that magic weakness, unless SP blocks it so the fugitive monsters can't get the magic weakness. But everyone else is just a shame, and Liran is neat but a bit gimmicky. I've actually been using him a lot, but only in rank up survival dungeon. I'm probably going to have him 150 by the end of Season 2. I forgot about this monster. This was the Mace monster, Brucelin. Good RUSD healer, rank up survival dungeon. I don't even know what he does. I don't think I've hatched it yet, but not much outside of that. But I think my biggest disappointment was Hardnut Gorilla. I was looking forward to him, hoping that he'd be a Status Catcher Megaton or even a Taunt trait, but he ended up with neither, sadly. And I think that just goes over everything I have to say about the monsters. None of the other ones I don't think I even want to mention because they're forgettable or bad. I will say though, talents so far have been quite interesting. SP is leaning very heavily into the whole when a monster dies. That's what I've noticed too. And I like it. I'm all for it. Archdruid Sigil, I can see, yeah, this is by far the best talent that I've seen from the new season. Literally resetting your best skills, being able to utilize your best skills, especially imagine if a monster has an ET skill and it has like a 3-turn cooldown, right, or something crazy, and you kill someone, and then Sigil will activate and you can reuse that skill again. It's pretty good. I'm looking forward to Season 2, but for the most part, I'm not impressed. I think Nishan the Great is the only one who got my attention so far. I will agree. He is, of the Season 2, he's the only interesting one so far. Hopefully future monsters can prove me wrong. I think so. Maybe SP starting slow because it's going to be a longer season than before. Maybe they're not just planning on 4 seasons. Maybe they'll do like 6 or something. Or 6 months. We'll see. Anyhow, the ratio of players with pay-to-play, Doomsday, and Blossom Mythics as opposed to none was 75 to 25. That is a huge difference from what we've seen in the past. Wow. But to be fair, this time around, I did have to count out Elvira Demon Slayer since she was available free-to-play methods recently. Even then, I would have expected to see some other pay-to-play Doomsdays or Blossoms. I don't know. A lot of people are using Elvira though, so maybe that's why the numbers are off. All right. Well, let's see what else we have. Uriel the Divine, Cherub Cupid, Every Metro Corrupted. All right, let's scroll down and let's just jump into it. So, wow, 90 total usage for Uriel the Divine. 38 offense, 52 on defense. That means there was only 10 players in the top 100 that were not using Uriel the Divine, so he continues to dominate. I do wonder, once the Season 2 race is over and players have Merc has a permanent trait res block. So Uriel, if it comes down to Uriel and two teammates, just having this monster on your team, the enemy is in trouble. So here's an example where maybe you can use Naradia and Merc in a team. You use them too. You use like a Pango or someone just to protect. The minute you kill the enemy Megaton monster, and then Merc is able to kill the enemy like Teddy Bomb or whoever dodge area attacker they're using, you're good to go. Uriel by himself can't do anything until he kills your Merc, and most likely you're not going to be able to. Not to mention Merc can freeze your Uriel, can Mega Possess your Uriel, so you'll be good, or Mega Possess a Teddy Bomb or whatever. So I am wondering if any players are going to be using Merc just to counter out Uriel, and maybe this is the last time we see such a high usage. Cherub Cupid, this one's obvious, like 79, almost 80. My goodness, that means most players are using him just as much as Uriel. You just buff him in OTK. I'm straightforward monster. Elvira's at 40. Look at that difference. Uriel's literally 10 more than double, and Cherub is almost double that of Elvira. That is insane. Moving on down, we have Galvanus, very close to that of Demon Slayer at 39. Pango at 34. Elgata at 34. It's so crazy to see this monster jump up so much. Alright, we have Slumster at 25. Dark Volt at 21, Elf at 18, Poseidonia at 16, Teddy Bomb at 15, Shiv at 13. These numbers like pale in comparison to any of these. Alright, we got our first Blossom Mythic to actually jump into the meta, and that is at 9 for offense, 3 on defense, 12 in total. Yeah, with this monster you can just easily churn transfer. I've been using it with Stock Killer and Pango. Does she break top 10? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She's in 13th place. Almost there. We have Clash at 12, Dodge Area. Taunt, which you partner up with Dodge Area. Merimotus at 11. Megataunt Status Caster, Taunt Monster. We have Hydrorian, 178, maybe Demonic Pack or 7 Sins. We have Sparkus at 8. I'm working on ranking him up right now. Lord Inheritor at 8. Qiao Long at 7. Interesting. On defense, too. Very interesting. I wonder what is being ran with Qiao Long. If anyone has battled the Qiao Long bases, what else are they using as teammates? Spec at 347, UV Fusion at 6. Remember, this monster starts off with a positive threat protection and evasion. You can turn transfer. You have an ET shock skill, maybe to stop Volt or something. You have Raris at 156, Pure Pandolf at 415, Q3 at 224. This guy's annoying, just because you can't land dots on him or anything. Fruit Taster 134. Do you remember when he was one of the most used monsters when he was top 3? Look at him now down to 4. Yeah, I don't even use mine either. Raijin at 3. Snowgrow 033. Monk at 123. Oh wow, we even have Striker in the meta at 2. 2 players were testing him out on defense. Malarian at 2. That one's interesting. Jaeger Urand. These are kind of some oddballs. Well, Jaeger Urand at least has Pierce. This one's a little more of an oddball to me. Is it because he's magic? Syntheris at 02. Ryclops at 2. Allodeath 1-1. Master Goldfield for buffing. Gragshag, Dodge Area, Status Caster. Zul, crazy buffs and evasions. Crow Electric, offense. There's Neralia, 1 for offense. I can see that. Tabora, interesting. Vampirastro, Frozzy, these are weird. And then this is the Troll. Silkara, that one might not be a troll. And then these are some more trolls. And Crowd Crawler is probably legit. Urkin, Weirdicus, probably legit. Lornabotus is legit. Modrak, legit. And then let's see. Ooh, still hanging on in there. We have one Antlirian player using them. And yeah, that's essentially it. It's funny to see some of the trolls. It's funny to see all the odd ones that are being used. Look at these common monsters. But yeah, guys, that is the top monsters of the Season 1 Blossom era. But look at these 3 monsters dominating. Uriel at 90. That is crazy. We've never had a monster this high. It'd be so funny if like one day all the players just put Uriel on offense or defense and they just had a 100 usage rate, or maybe all on offense. That would be cool to see. But with that being said, guys, that is it for the top monsters in Monster Legends. Any thoughts on how the Blossom era is going to change things? We already see Amania in 13th place. Do you think she's going to be higher or lower? Any of the new monsters, do you think they're going to influence the game? Any thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.